morning! So I'm at the airport this morning because I'm going to a medical conference in Vancouver. And the conference is called Canadian Conference on Physician Health. And it starts this morning. But I didn't want to pay for an extra night of hotel because it is so expensive to stay in downtown Vancouver. So instead I bought a super early flight ticket. And I'll be arriving just in time for the start of the conference, which is 7 a.m. local time in Vancouver. So I'm walking over to my gate right now, and let's see how things goes. Bye! So I want to thank the Canadian Federation of Medical Students for providing me this opportunity to attend this conference. I was very fortunate to be able to receive one of their conference funds, which allowed me to attend this conference covering my hotel and my air flight. So this video would not be possible without their generosity, so thank you again, as well as to the Canadian Medical Association. Okay, so I just arrived in Vancouver and I literally just passed out on the plane. Pretty much I think the entire plane people fell asleep because it was such an early flight. I'm gonna go get my luggage and head over to the SkyTrain, which is the public transit system here in Vancouver for trains, and then head over to the conference area, so stay tuned. Bye! So it's almost 7 o'clock in the morning and still the Vancouver International Airport is super busy at this time. I guess all these people like me wanted to save money on a hotel stay or book an early flight and save money on a cheaper flight at this time of the day. Anyways, it's now time to head over and claim my luggage from the baggage claims before I forget about it. See you soon! Okay, so I got my luggage. That was pretty fast. Hooray! And now I'm gonna go take the elevators to the SkyTrain, and hopefully they'll be running pretty regularly so I can catch the train and head over to the Fairmont Vancouver, which is the hotel where the conference is being held. Stay tuned! So after a few buttons later and an emptier wallet, I have my train ticket. In Vancouver they use the Compass card, so I just have to scan it. Oh, there we go. And now I'm onto the platform of the Canada line, which is one of the train lines available as part of the SkyTrain system in Vancouver. And I'm waiting for the train to take me to the waterfront, which is the terminus station of this Canada line. But I am getting off at an earlier stop just because the Fairmont Vancouver isn't as close to the waterfront. The best part was I was able to grab a front seat on the SkyTrain and I got some really great views of Vancouver. So I'm in downtown Vancouver and walking over to the Fairmont Vancouver Hotel now for the conference. I hope they have some breakfast left because breakfast goes from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and 8 a.m. is the start of the actual conference, so we'll see. And we have arrived at the Fairmont Hotel Vancouver. It is definitely a bougie hotel. I mean, look at all these designer brands that they are connected to the hotel itself. Anyways, I headed up to the upper floor where I found the registration area to the conference, and thankfully it seems that there was still some food and drinks available before the start of the conference. So I headed over to the registration desk first to get myself registered. Gotta get the hand sanitizer though. Last name or first name? Last name Lou, L-U. First, Louisa.
H-O-L.
Thank you. Would you like chocolate?
Yes, please.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the conference.
Thank you, you too. They gave me chocolate after registration, and it's just not any chocolate. It's Raja's Chocolate, which is one of the most famous chocolate shops down in BC. So I was very impressed by myself because I actually managed to make it before breakfast closed down. It was basically 8 o'clock at this time, and their breakfast technically goes from 7 to 8 o'clock, but they were really kind to keep the food out for late stragglers like myself to grab and nourish before we headed over to the main conference hall for the opening ceremony. So given this conference was called the Canadian Conference for Physician Health, it totally makes sense that they would provide scheduled food breaks, and basically there was always a snack break every morning and every afternoon between sessions. There was also many booths for you to visit and connect and network with, and everyone there that I met was absolutely lovely. So I really had fun making new friends and getting to know people. It was on to the first concurrent session of the conference.
We're going to talk about why trust matters. Trust, mistrust, distrust. What are those words and why do I keep repeating them endlessly?
Then it was time for another snack break, and they had this in-house made trail nut mix, which was super delicious.
A strong partnership with the CMA and thinking about physical, psychological, and cultural safety. So we're really trying to align our efforts around.
Hello, so I finished the morning sessions and I want to check into my hotel before lunchtime and the afternoon sessions. Essentially, the Fairmont Vancouver is super expensive, and in general, hotels in Vancouver downtown is expensive. So I opted for a further away hotel that was slightly cheaper than the one at Fairmont Vancouver, just to save some money. So let's get checked in and see what my room looks like. It was only a 5-minute walk between St. Regis, the hotel I'm staying at, and the Fairmont Hotel Vancouver. And I also saved about $100 by staying at this hotel instead at the Fairmont. So it was time to head up, get checked in, and check out my hotel room. Okay, so we are here in the hallway of the 4th floor of this hotel. My room is room 412, so we're gonna walk over and see where the room is. Oh, here we go. Room 412. Let's go inside and take a look. Nice, it worked. And that is my luggage. They brought it up. That's very kind of them. And this is the room. Hi. We've got the washroom here. Oh, there's 2 basins. That's kind of fancy. And what does the shower look like? Ooh, that's very nice. Ooh, okay. And then I've got 2 beds here. So maybe I will use one bed for sleeping and the other bed for napping. I think that's a great idea. And they gave complimentary water too. This is a very nice hotel. Let's look at our view here. Oh, I totally pulled out the wrong way. Let me try this again. Well, you can see there's a art display over there, and I presume the roof of a separate building. There's also District Factory Outlet and the beautiful noon sun, so not a bad view altogether. Okay, I'm gonna get settled down here and head back over for some lunch. Okay, so that was a nice little rest and relax back at the hotel to refresh and get some energy back. Now walking back to the Fairmont Vancouver to get some lunch now, so let's go see what they're serving for lunch at the conference. So this time I had time to look through exactly what was available for lunch because unlike breakfast, I was one of the first people to arrive and get some food, and that was kind of nice. I felt like for breakfast, I was definitely just looking, okay, I need to grab this food, I really want to eat this food, and I didn't really have as much time to appreciate it until I watched my video that I recorded of the food afterwards. Also, you have to have a Nanaimo bar if you're in BC, so I grabbed that for dessert. So after a food coma-inducing lunch, because all the catering that happens for the conference is directly from the Fairmont themselves, it was now time to go for a nice little walk at the poster presentations. I always enjoy this part of conferences because I love talking to people and finding out what amazing research they have to show and share with the rest of the world. So I really wasn't kidding when I said earlier that this is a conference certainly focused on physician health, and we are now on to our afternoon snack break. I mean, look at all these goodies, and not only that, they look healthy. Then we finish off the first official day of the conference with the closing plenary, where we had a panel of 4 different physicians share their different perspectives on building connection and trust inside Canada's healthcare system. Hey guys, so I finished the afternoon sessions. We finished the closing plenary this afternoon, and we have a networking reception that's happening soon, and I hear there's going to be some really delicious and amazing food, so I'm going to show all of you what we got at the reception pretty soon. Stay tuned. Bye! Okay, let's go check out this reception and see what it's all about. We're going inside. Damn, look at this place. So over here it looks like we have an Asian station. There's these dim sum bowls here. What is this? Shrimp hagao. Oh my goodness. Vegetable dumplings. We've got spring rolls. I really love the decorations. Let's walk over here. What else we have?
Hi.
Hi. What is it? Oh, this is potato gnocchi. Oh, this. I'm just walking around. Yes. Oh, thank you. Wow, that looks really delicious. Wow.
And then there's a plain gnocchi.
Oh, plain gnocchi and it's.
Cream sauce with truffle oil.
Oh, wow, it looks delicious. I'm just walking around. I will come back.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then we have a charcuterie boards here. Looks amazing. Wow, wow, wow. And this looks like to be the dessert area. Popcorn, fruits, cotton candy. Oh my goodness, amazing. And then, oh my goodness, is this seafood I see? There's crab legs, shrimp, mussels. Oh my gosh, I'm like literally salivating as I'm looking at this. And then we have more food here. Butter chicken. Wow, this looks great. And then we have biryani. And also we have this masala. It's amazing. The setup is just absolutely immaculate. And what is this over here? I have to go look at this. This little booth here. Oh, it's like a mural. That's really cool.
It is.
That's awesome.
It's like paint by number.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The
Awesome.
instructions are there.
A pink spot, find your paint color. Oh, that's really cool. Well, I'm gonna come back and look at this afterwards because I'm eyeing the food already. Thank you. So not only was the reception an all-you-can-eat buffet, but it was also a free open bar, so you could order whatever drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, that you wanted. So I got this delicious-looking Shirley Temple, and it's definitely one of the best Shirley Temples I've ever had. Hey guys, so that was a fantastic reception I attended. Probably one of the top receptions/dinners I've been to for medical conferences. And I ate a ton of seafood, including the crab legs you saw earlier. So being super full, I decided I need to go for a walk. So right now I'm walking at Canada Place in Vancouver. And you can see there's a beautiful view of the waterfront here. And right here on my right side is the Canada Place. And this is the port of Vancouver, so often cruise ships will come by here and dock. And so right now I'm going to work off all of those crab legs I ate and then head back to the hotel and get settled down for the evening. See you later. Bye. Okay, so that was like one of the best showers I've ever had in my life. The products were so refreshing and they felt so good to my skin. So love that so much for this hotel. So I'm gonna get some rest here and get up tomorrow for another day of the conference, so stay tuned for that. Good night. Good morning. So it is now day 2 of the conference, and technically breakfast is happening as we speak back at the Fairmont Hotel. But I wanted to try out the breakfast here at the St. Regis Hotel where I'm staying at. So let's go down and let's take a look with what food we can get there. So for the complimentary breakfast that was included as part of my hotel stay, I could order from a set menu of breakfast items, so I ended up going with the traditional breakfast. It had 2 sunny side up eggs, potatoes, fruits, and sausages, and I thought it tasted really good. So I finished my breakfast at the hotel, the one I'm staying at, and now I'm walking over to the Fairmont for the morning sessions of day 2 of the conference. So stay tuned. See you in a bit. So I went to this conference in October, and usually Vancouver can get pretty rainy as you approach the end of the autumn season and into the winter season. So thankfully the weather kept pretty clear other than the cloudy skies. Regardless, it was a nice quick morning walk for me from my hotel. I also managed to catch the tail end of the conference breakfast, though I admit I was pretty full at this time. I did grab a few things to snack on while I got ready for the morning plenary of the second day of the conference.
Making someone physically lesser than. That the attack other is a not uncommon way for us to manage shame when it becomes too intolerable. The third is the withdrawal and denial. So to back away, to dissociate. And this was a big part of my shame reaction.
Okay, so I just checked out of the hotel. It was a bit of a frantic checkout just because I got to get out of there by noon, but we got everything ready to go when I left my luggage back at the hotel, so I didn't have to carry with me to the afternoon sessions of the conference. So now it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna head over and see what delicious lunch they're serving for day 2 of the conference. See you there. So after mentioning earlier in the morning that there wasn't much rain, thankfully, I'm pretty sure I jinxed it because as you saw in just the video before this one, it was raining. Anyways, at least they were serving very delicious hot food at lunchtime, and they had these burger sliders. I think my favorite one was the prime rib mini sliders, but ultimately, as usual, all the food was superb and super delicious. Of course, I had to pick up a few desserts to end off my lunch. But I have to say the highlight of food for the second day of the conference was this in-house ice cream cart that Fairmont provided. I thought it was catering, but they said that this is their own ice cream cart, and as you can see, there are multiple flavors of ice cream or sorbet that you could choose from, and they were super kind enough to let me pick out 2 different flavors. I got the chocolate ice cream and the blueberry sorbet, and it tasted so good. Oh my goodness, like it basically melted in my mouth, so I really enjoyed that part of the food options they gave for today. And of course, how can any conference focus on the well-being of physicians be complete without the presence of therapy doggos? I mean, look at all these good boys and girls. They're so adorable and they're so fluffy to pet, and they just make my heart melt. So that was a great addition to the conference during one of the therapy sessions. It's time to walk over to the smaller session rooms for the afternoon session. I finally left the main hall because most of my sessions I wanted to attend was in that hall, and this time I went to a smaller room.
And may want to go through with other training. So Sandra, let's start with Dr. Ramirez. Yes, so I'm going to read this and...
Then it was time for one final snack break before we finish off the conference with the closing plenary.
More and more concern in terms of how much misinformation has snowballed, especially since the COVID-19 pandemic. It was there before, and it certainly is much more amplified now. And I think the biggest thing keeping me up at night is seeing how the shift is happening in the public.
So that is a wrap on the conference, and as you can see, I'm waiting for the train to come and pick me up to take me to the airport because my flight departs tonight, so I only had a one-night hotel stay in Vancouver downtown because everything's so expensive. Anyways, I also went and visited Richmond because I always need to go and check out the famous bakery. You can't really see it, but let me show you. Inside is an assortment of delicious goodies I got from the famous Camdo Bakery. If you haven't watched my video for my traveling elective, where I went to Ottawa before I was in Vancouver, and I went to this bakery as well, so you should check that out, where I talk a little bit more about that bakery. Alright, stay tuned for my final leg of my travel to my final destination, and that is to go back to my hometown. I think the train is coming soon. Bye! And that's it. It's now time to take the SkyTrain, head to the airport, and get ready for my flights back to my hometown. Hey guys, I'm back in my hometown. So the flight got delayed a little bit, but at least it did not get cancelled, which is a win. Otherwise, that concludes the end of the conference for me. Thanks for watching another video of Lulu MD. I'm gonna go to bed soon because it is past midnight here, and I have been very sleep deprived the last 2 days with this amazing and very informative and very fun conference. Stay tuned for my next video and have a good night. Bye!